Hi, I'm Minkoff Chatoy and I'm here interviewing Stan Carlisle. And we're doing a Gofundme project here, and we're doing a little videotape, and we're going to give you a little information and history about Stan here and why we're doing this. So, hi Stan.
Hi.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So Stan, you are a musician.
So I'm told. Yeah.
So you're told, right? And you've been
Composer.
Composer, and you have a lot of tapes that you've already put together.
Yeah.
So far, right? And you have a very kind friend, Cindy Jenkins, who has been putting all that together for you.
Yeah, she really lit a fire into me.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, tell us a little about your history.
Well, I was born in Southern California in Van Nuys, a little over 60 years ago, and music was always in my life. From the time I was just a little guy, my parents, we lived in an artist colony in Santa Barbara.
Oh, nice.
Way back when, in the A-frame house that we built ourselves. I helped a little bit, and anyways, there's always music around there, drums and exotic instruments and bohemian types, and our parents split up, and we wound up moving down to LA, Burbank, actually, in Southern California, of course, with our grandparents. And I still had music, I took music in school, clarinet, violin, and then upright bass.
So you've done a lot of different instruments.
I'd put on my knee like a guitar, this great big thing, and my music teacher, a German guy named Mr. Besser, he'd be like pulling his hair out. Stanley, you don't play it like that. So anyways, I wound up picking up the guitar, took 2 months of lessons, it was enough for me, and I just, started writing songs, and kind of think of the guitar as a lyric delivery system, although I love playing. I know I'll never be virtuoso status, but over the years I have written a lot of songs. The poetry comes to me, and a lot of times the music comes first. It just depends, It comes from dreams, and also, experience, life experience. And I have a lot of spiritually oriented songs. Well, to me, they're all spiritually oriented, And I love songs, and I don't want to call them protest songs, but sort of like, social commentary, things like that that come to me. And I played in some bands, and played events and things like weddings and memorials and things like that, doing original music and mostly, and but I've never really I've done a lot of things, work-wise, done a lot of things,
And work-wise, what do you mean by that?
Well, when I was 12, I worked in my family's business, which was bail bonds down in Los Angeles.
Bail bonds?
In the bail bonds office in downtown Los Angeles, and not the most wholesome environment, perhaps, but I learned a lot there. And, over the years, I worked in construction. But I found my favorite thing, like sales, things like that. But my favorite thing, two favorite things, was catering, feeding people. I love to feed. It's a beautiful thing, and it's easy to smile, when I'm doing that. Just service. I think of it as service. I can't really do that now because of my feet. I'm going to be having surgery on my feet real soon, and and my knee and stuff. So as far as the catering, I just wasn't able to do it anymore. I also have been a counselor, a substance abuse counselor for DAC, which is Drug Abuse Alternative Centers.
You've been a counselor and also a mentor.
I've been a sponsor in AA, and I am sober, and fully intend to stay that way, 24 hours at a time, one day at a time. that's a world record for sobriety. It's 24 hours. So. Anyways, but I got really depressed, after not being able to do my favorite work anymore. And long and short, I wound up on the street. I was on the street for a year and a half. I slept in bushes, whatever, asked for handouts. And I really neglected my music too. I would go and visit my guitar once in a while in storage, but I didn't even take it to play, for money or anything. What I mean.
Right.
I just kind of really, I just totally turned inward, and it was a dark period for me.
When it is a dark period for people, they don't tend to actually do the healthiest things for them, or even like your music. I'm sure once you started embracing your music, then that helped pull you out and guide you in a different direction.
Yeah, so true. Amen. Cindy really, she helped me to pull out of that too. I got a lot of help actually. I wound up in emergency one more time, and I was at death's door actually. We wound up in the hospital. So we had this thing, it's called Minkoff Chatoy. And do you want to go there after you discharge from here? I said, okay. And I started saying yes, and doors were opening for me, and I walked through them, instead of turning away from it. And so I went there and recovered physically more and more, and spiritually. And then I went to a shelter. They offered that to me. I went there. Sam Jones Shelter, Catholic Charities, and it's just awesome, beautiful. And a lot of people complained there, but I was like,
you were really embracing the
help.
help.
The price is right, I mean, it took me off the street. Where were you before here, And as I remember, mostly everything, and I'd never been so down, So, and then they asked if I wanted to apply for what's called rapid financing for housing.
Okay.
Long and short, I did, and then I got approved and accepted, and I wound up getting a room at the Palms Hotel in Santa Rosa. I have my own room, my own space, I don't have money coming in, but I have a place to live, and I have food and helping hands. So it's really beautiful.
You're also a veteran.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
No,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's a lot of veterans there, and they always ask me if I am a veteran. You look like you sound like it. I said, well, I got my draft card when I was 18, but that was over. That stuff was all winding down, and so I suppose I'm fortunate that way. Not to, I would have gone if they called me. But I didn't have to do that, so thank God. I had enough. I'm a veteran of other things, And
veteran of other life experience.
Yeah, I had a lot of wildlife experience, too much to really, go into much here, but I got in a lot of trouble when I was a youngster.
But a lot of people are in this same situation. I mean, we do have a society that's kind of going down a path that if you're not able to have the right kind of people or ask for the right kind of help, you might stay in there a little bit longer. But someone like you've been down those roads, you are here now, you're back with your music, which is incredible, which I'm sure in the Gofundme segment, people can scroll down and listen to your music that's already been recorded. And so let's talk a little bit about the GoFundMe and why are you doing this?
Well, again,
because you have a lot to give.
Thank you. I haven't always recognized that, but I am recognizing that now, and I see it for what it is. It's art. It's
art really heals.
It's a gift, yeah, truly. And I'm in that place where where I really appreciate it, and I've been like kind of pushed and prodded gently, a bit to get it out there, and that has been a dream of mine, but I haven't really pursued it, just trying to survive and so on. But I've always kept the music there, except for that dark time. But to really get it out there properly, it requires studio time, and getting some musicians there, and
the cost of production.
Yeah, as much as they may appreciate, my music, and they have to eat, the lights on to pay their rent. So, there's expenses for them. And, my expenses are really pretty small, I'm learning to get by on a little, but I have what I need. I have a place to live, a place where I can do my music and safely keep my instrument with me, and so
you have that foundation of having already your healthy lifestyle, and so now we're going to go up a little bit more.
I know.
And get you studio time and the musicians and some recordings going and your CDs out. You'll also be doing a radio show on KOWS 107.3 FM.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm really, I'm scared to death in a way.
So, no, don't be scared. We have lots of people. Yes, and your gift is you really have something to give back in return. And
I do.
tell people what you might have in mind for giving back in return.
Well,
the community.
I've always felt that way, and I'm like, I was saying I've been a counselor, and I've worked with a lot of men, and I've been a sponsor in AA, worked with a lot of men there, and I have, years and years and years of spiritual practice, which I've resumed, and, I do meditations, do Zen, and other things too. I'm not particular about what, group of people, I'm with. Long as like we're, like my kindred spirits, and we have, the spiritual thing in common, or even if they're just seeking,
Right. Well, your path can also be a path for others.
Absolutely.
And so that's another way of giving back, is showing them the example that you've been able to go through and live with.
Yeah, and I've been getting kind of way out of my, what they call comfort zone, for lack of a better way of putting it, but it's cool, It is. It's a little scary, but it's exciting.
How you
grow. How you grow. I'm not too old for that. And gosh, it's been presented to me. In fact, I'm going to be doing some guitar lessons and so on at where I stay at. We have a community there, and so I've been asked to please do that,
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'll do that.
You could teach me a few chords.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
That'd be wonderful.
It's a fun thing. And of course, it's not just the chords, but it's it's the strum and the rhythm, and anyways.
Well, let's wrap it up here a little bit. Why don't we have you play a few songs?
Okay.
And we can put more information on the GoFundMe page, and also you'll be on the radio show, so we'll be adding that segment also.
Now you're really scaring me.
No. So everybody stand.
I'll be there. Well, this is called What Do You Do? It's somewhat autobiographical. I'm originally from Southern California. I moved up here in '83 and got the fresh juice business. Began feeding people, I did that for years and years, yeah.
Well, I'll let you play here by yourself.
Okay,
I'll
great.
get out of the picture.
Thank you.
And
I don't mean thank
Stan,
you for getting out of the picture.
right. Thanks. We'll have Stan Carlisle.
I want to hog it up myself. I'm already getting Okay, well, this is called What Do You Do? And I'll try to stop shaking and bust out a tune here. Took a couple trips back when it was hip. Was a hell of a ride, near fatal slip. What do you do when you're made of air? You make like the wind and blow on out of there. So I packed one day and I left L.A. Riding shotgun with the devil one way. Got up the nerve, jumped out on a curb, tumbled and swore, took a turn for the worse. Well, I can't run from what I know is real. And who wants karma snapping at your heels? I'll settle down and find out how it feels. Might turn out to be a pretty good deal. So I cleaned up my act, digested some facts, then I started to sing and swing my axe. Swing it high and swing it low, and take it in where I go. So I drank a little wine, did a little time, didn't seem to mind. What do you do when you're made of air? You make like the wind and blow on out of there. Well, I can't run from what I know is real. And who wants karma snapping at your heels? I'll settle down and find out how it feels. Might turn out to be a hell of a deal. Took a couple trips back when it was hip. Was a hell of a ride, near fatal slip. What do you do when you're made of air? You make like the wind and blow on out of there.